How do I even start this? What do I even say? Uh, they actually fucking lost. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. Honestly, I could say I'm not shocked. Because deep down, I was afraid of the performance they were going to put up tonight. I deeply was afraid. I thought that, oh, they should win against Seattle with all their injuries and their terrible run defense and the questionable decision of if Geno Smith was playing or not. He didn't. It was Drew Lock. It was Drew Lock. And that same Drew Lock went 92 yards in under a minute and a half for the winning touchdown drive, just throwing prayers to DK and Metcalf every time in double coverage, and DK was able to come down with the ball every single time. Freaking just as soon as I saw that one catch that he made when it looked like it was obviously incomplete in the live action, but then you see the replay, it never even touches the ground, it touches his leg, it touches Bradbury's leg, and he somehow comes down with it. That's when I knew we lost the game. That's when I knew we lost the game. Honestly, I could even say there was many moments during this game when I thought the Eagles lost the game. Because there were so many moments because, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. After the first drive of this game, the very first drive of this game for the Eagles, offense actually looks a little bit fluid. You're actually running. You're actually exposing the team's weaknesses. You actually have a long, sustaining drive. And what do you know? You get a touchdown. What do you know? And then your defense forces a 3 and out. And then what happens next? Offense stalls. Defense forces, another short drive for Seattle. And then your offense goes down the field again. And then, yes, a ticky-tacky foul on Jason Kelce on the tush-push play on that 3rd and 1 at the goal line, basically. And you move back 5 yards. And for some reason, you decided to run the ball there. I don't know what the cause was there, or it was a run the ball or a screen pass. I have no fucking clue what it was. All I know, it didn't result in anything. And it forced you to kick a field goal. So, yeah. Instead of a play where you should have scored 7, yeah, the refs kind of screwed you on that penalty. It's not the reason why you lost. You only scored you got 10 points there. Your defense, then starts to let Seattle go down the field. They hold them to a field goal. But then that first drive of the second half by Seattle completely just ran down your fucking defense. They score. They tied the game. But your offense has a nice response. You go down the field, utilizing fucking DeAndre Swift. Make some nice catches on 3rd down. And you get a tush-push touchdown. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because for some reason, DeAndre Swift can't get a touchdown for his life because he gets stopped or trips over Jason Kelce. Still get a touchdown, and you go up 17-10. Go up 17-10. Then you allow them to kick a field goal. They go down the field again, but you do stop them from scoring another touchdown. It's a 4-point game. I think there was also a play before this too. Even before this next drive by the Eagles. So you're on 3rd down. I believe it's like 3rd and long. I believe 3rd and 9 or something like that. Jalen decides to chuck it down the yard to A.J. Brown in double coverage. Obviously, A.J. Brown doesn't make the catch. Then you see on the replay that Devontae Smith was wide open for a check down pass, which would have easily converted the 1st down, and maybe more. And maybe way more. Instead, you punt. Then, Seattle kicks that field goal, make it 17-13. And then, your very next drive. I want to know. I seriously want to know. You're halfway down the field. I believe this was 1st downs territory. You're basically halfway through the field at this point. I want to know. There's 8 minutes left in the game. I want to know. Why? Why was the first play call on that specific scenario on first down, halfway through the field, with 8 minutes left, up by 4? Why in the flying fuck are we shooting a home run past the Quez Watkins? And Quez Watkins, in typical Quez Watkins fashion, doesn't do anything. It turns into an interception. Yeah, did his jersey get tugged? Yeah. Did he do anything to try to make the penalty obvious? No. He gets pushed off the ball like it's nothing. He gets pushed off the play like it's nothing. Fight for the ball. Do something. Try to draw the penalty at least. Get a PI. Instead, it becomes an interception. Your defense makes the stop. But why? Why is this the play call in first down? I don't understand. Why are we playing hero ball? But up 4. Up 4. You do that when you're up multiple scores. You don't even need to risk it. Why don't you just do it what you were doing on the drives previously? Just run the ball down. They have 1 timeout left. Run the fucking ball down. Run them down their throats. But no, we got to play hero ball. We got to try to get at least 1 big play tonight. We got to get at least 1 big catch tonight. Because we didn't put that on the docket yet. We tried it a couple of times earlier in the game. It didn't work. Got to get at least 1 there. Got to get at least 1. When was the last time Quez Watkins actually did something productive? Why is he still in the playbook? Why is he still part of the playbook? When was the last time Quez actually did something productive on a deep ball? I could think of it right off the top of my head. Week 2 of last season. That was the last time he did something productive. We're going back a whole season and a half at this point. A whole season and a half. Quez Watkins shoved off the play like it's nothing. Not even trying to draw the penalty. Not even trying. Just gets pushed off. I don't want to fight it. I don't want to contest for this ball. Whatever. And a couple punts because your offense stalls out. What else is new? And then you just have a chance. You have a chance to literally. They have 1 timeout left in the final 2 minutes. They have 1 timeout. They have 1. They have 1 fucking timeout. And you just have to get a first down and you basically win the game. You basically win the game. If you just get a fucking first down. No. It just can't because it's never easy for this fucking offense. Somehow this offense turned to shit. This offense is shit. This offense sucks. This team sucks. This is the worst fucking 10-4 team I've ever seen in my fucking life. They're more frauds than last year's Vikings at this point. Am I wrong? Am I wrong to say that? They're worse than last year's Vikings? And that Vikings team was fraudulent? Losing in the first week to New York? They were fraudulent? This Eagles team's worse? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong to say that? Am I wrong to believe that? Put it in your comment section down below. Am I wrong to believe that? Can't make tackles. Sidney Brown got... For some good plays that Sidney Brown made today, he looked ugly on certain. Just couldn't make tackles on certain drives. Got torched up on certain drives. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Like, I'm actually trying to hold back me puking because I feel like I'm going to puke after experiencing this game. Like, seriously, I feel like I'm going to puke. That's how bad it feels. That's how angry I am. Matt Patricia with the play calling because what else, this front office is trying to do. This is not a Nick Sirianni move. This is a front Howie Roseman move. This is a Jeffrey Lurie move. Them trying to, put their little finger mitts in there. All now the disconnect between the head coach, the coaching staff, and the front office. Oh, man, what does this remind me of? Doug Peterson era. Oh, man. 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 I just want to know what, 10 win team has to go through this. What 10-win team has to go through putting your defensive coordinator in the booth and stripping him away of play calling for Matt Patricia? That's what I want to know. No, none. I've never seen that from a team that had Super Bowl ambitions, a 10-win team. I've never seen that before in my life. But nope, of course it's the Eagles. Of course it's the Eagles. And then you let fucking Drew Lock, who was doing nothing the entire game. All he had to do was hand the ball off. Throws to DK Metcalf, and Jackson Smith-Njigba. Throws to Metcalf in double coverage with Sidney Brown, who got there 20 billion years late, and James Bradbury, who just kept getting torched on that final drive. DK Metcalf, who was basically quiet the entire game, they decided to go to the well there, and it worked. And yeah, you had 20 plus seconds to do something on your final drive, and then Jalen Hurts and his deep balls throwing an interception. All you had to do was get in the field goal range. You were in position to get in the field goal range, but no! We got to go with a home run pass. We got to try to win the game. We got to try to get the home run pass. Not even try to get it to one of the better field goal kickers in the world. No, let's not even try to do that. Let's just, chuck it. That's what they think of. What is even play calling at this point? What is even this offense? Because, in my personal opinion, this is all Nick Sirianni. This play calling, all this crap. This is all Nick Sirianni. Because you know why? Jalen Hurts has regressed to 2021 Jalen Hurts. He looks completely flustered when the blitz comes. He can't make a pass for his life. There were so many overthrown passes, underthrown passes from Jalen. I don't care that he was sick. If he played, he was good enough to go. He needed to perform better. I love Jalen to death. But he is clearly not the same Jalen as last year. Clearly not. I don't care that he was sick. And hell, when was the last time? I want to ask you guys something this too. On offense. When was the last time that this offense actually schemed a wide receiver to get open? Because it feels like everything with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, it's 50-50 balls. Everything to those two. I haven't seen Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown wide open once in the past so many weeks. Basically, it feels like the entire season. That's how much it feels like. That's the last time it feels like they've been wide open. Do we even scheme our wide receivers to even break coverage to get open or work around each other or something like that? It just doesn't feel anything. Everything feels like it needs to be worked hard for. It needs to be taking that extra step on offense. An extra step that's not needed. This run game non-existent, or when they decide to use it, or when the run game looks successful, they go away from it, and this fantastic offensive line, it doesn't look fantastic to me in my honest opinion, and Jalen Hurts regressing this year. My God. This team should not be this fucking bad. This offense should not be this fucking bad. There is too much talent on this offense to be this putrid. To put up 17 points against a battered weekend opponent in Seattle, starting fucking Drew Lock. And you let that man go down the field on a 2-minute drill, 92 yards. The broadcast said that was their longest touchdown drive of the season. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Oh, this team is broken. This team is in shambles. It's not going to get fixed. They're not going to fix it. This offense is lost. For as solid as some moments as the defense was, the defense is still lost. It doesn't matter who's calling the plays. So, yeah, you clinched the playoff spot, huh? You clinched the playoff spot, huh? You clinched the playoff spot, huh? Whoop-de-fucking-do, you clinched the playoff spot. Because you have first-round exit written all over you. Written all over you. First-round exit. And who would you even play in the first round? I have no idea. First-round exit written all over you. This team is broken. This team is so broken. And they are beyond repair. You just don't fix this. They are broken. They are such a fraudulent team. No balls. Nothing. Amazing. Amazing. Absolutely fantastic. It's fucking come to this. It really has. Jalen Hurts, terrible game. Terrible. Jalen Hurts was awful. 17 of 30, 143 yards. Oh, he had 2 interceptions. Oh, he didn't get sacked. 2 interceptions. A rating of 40. Awful. DeAndre Swift had a good game. Wish he was used more. 18 carries. I wish he was used more. Against that defense. 18 carries, 74 yards. A.J. Brown, 5 catches, 56 yards, 9 targets. Devontae Smith caught all 5 targets that he got. 5 targets, 5 catches, 50 yards. Dallas Goedert had caught 4, 30 yards there. Julio Jones converted 1 4th down. For some reason, they tried to take a deep shot to DeAndre Swift, and Jalen Hurts completely overthrow him. Kenneth Gainwell. The only time you target Kenneth Gainwell, it turns into the interception. Unbelievable. 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 Jalen Hurts has the most turnovers this season. Tied for the most, actually. 17. Tied for the most. Why? I got nothing else. I don't. I'm speechless. I'm done. I'm defeated. I don't care what this team does in the next few weeks. I don't care. I don't care. Apparently this team doesn't have the idea of getting it to the best field goal kicker in the league to tie the game. Apparently Jalen Hurts. I love Jalen Hurts to death. I love Jalen Hurts to death. Let me get my fucking rant out. He was terrible today, but for some reason Jalen Hurts is turning into Carson Wentz with the home run balls, with the hero ball. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Jalen Hurts with the fucking hero ball. What is the deal? What is the fucking deal with the hero balls? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Why? Why every time? Why does it need to be a hero ball? Why does it ever need to be a hero ball? Just don't. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. There was also one play that bothered me too. It was a pass to Dallas Goedert, and it went nowhere because for some reason they schemed up a brilliant idea to have Devontae Smith as the lead blocker for Dallas Goedert. Why? Why is Devontae Smith the lead blocker? I love Devontae Smith to death. He makes amazing catches. The dude is not built to block. Have you seen the size of the guy? He can beat guys whenever he wants. He can make fantastic catches whenever he wants. The dude should not be allowed to block. That should have been the last possible thing on your fucking clipboard there of scheming. Devontae Smith on a fucking block. Why? Don't get it, man. I just don't get it. It's fucking sickening. It's fucking sickening. It is sickening. Jalen Hurts' passing stats in the last 3 games: 638 passing yards, 0 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a 71 passer rating. How many more weeks can they spew the same bullshit? I just want to know, like, Jalen, as much as you know, I don't even know. Unfucking believable. Now, apparently, Nick Sirianni is saying that it was his decision to change the defensive coordinator after the beginning of the week saying we were making no changes. I don't believe that. I don't fucking believe that. One bit. I don't believe that one bit. I don't believe that one fucking bit. I don't believe that one bit. That was a Howie Roseman move. Wholeheartedly. That was a Howie Roseman move. That wasn't a Nick Sirianni decision. It just wasn't. That wasn't a Nick Sirianni decision there. That was all Howie Roseman. Changing, putting Matt Patricia as the play caller and putting Sean Desai in the booth. That was all Howie Roseman. Now, Nick Sirianni, with the play calling here on the offense, we could put as much blame on Brian Johnson as we want. This is Nick Sirianni. This is Nick Sirianni's offense. You lose Shane Steichen, you bring in a first, you promote a first-time play caller, offensive coordinator, buddy with Jalen Hurts, quarterbacks coach and all of that. Nick Sirianni takes over play calling. This is Nick Sirianni. This is all Nick Sirianni. And I wouldn't believe anything else. This is all Nick Sirianni. They can tell you anything that they want in those press conferences. This is Nick Sirianni. It just is. This is all Nick Sirianni. And I feel like we're not putting enough blame on Nick Sirianni for the offense. Because, yes, Brian Johnson, and I'm not trying to put blame off Brian Johnson. I firmly believe this is Nick Sirianni's offense. And Brian Johnson is just calling what Nick Sirianni wants him to call. That's what I think. This is not Shane Steichen has full reins of the offense and he's allowed to do whatever he wants. This is all Nick Sirianni. This is all Nick Sirianni. Now, I don't have inside details or sources or anything like that. That's just what I feel. That's just what I feel. That's what I'm seeing. That's what it feels. I just don't understand. And this is... should be no excuses from... and Jalen Hurts is not going to use any excuse. That's not who he is. It's not who he is. There's no excuse that he was sick, because if he was overly sick and everything like that, he wouldn't have played. He wouldn't have played. But If you're good enough to go, you're out there on the field, you're good enough to perform. And you performed like shit. You've performed like the absolute shit for the past 3 weeks. There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say. You performed like the absolute shit for the past 3 weeks. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Your entire team has been shit for 3 weeks. It's completely crumbling in front of you. The first bit of adversity this team is going through, they're fucking crumbling. And yes, I don't want to disregard what they did with the first 10 wins that they got this season. I don't. But when you're looking at this and the way they're losing games, with the way the defense got torched the past 2 weeks, and the way how anemic the offense has just consistently becoming week after week, it's a fucking issue. It's a fucking issue. Do you see the 49ers going through situations like this? Yeah, the 49ers lost 3 games in a row, but they completely bounced back from that, and they're one of the more complete teams in the league. Dallas is Dallas. Okay, they get crushed on the road against the Bills. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. They lose in the first round again. They lose in the first round again. Big whoop. I don't care if Dallas, even though it will be funny if Dallas chokes again, which they probably will. It's not, as fun because your team is just completely shitting the bed every single week now. This 3 weeks in a fucking row, man. 3 weeks in a fucking row. It just is. 3 weeks in a row. You look like complete shit. And now you got, and you keep talking about, the easy schedule. Nothing they do against New York and Arizona in the next 3 weeks is going to change my mind. Nothing. Even if they won today, if they won this game, I still would have complained. Because they looked like shit still. They just found a way to win. Just don't get it, man. Just don't get it. This team doesn't even look like a playoff team. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. I got nothing. Let's go to the anytime hotline because I'm out of words. I'm out of anything. So, if you want to leave anything, you can leave it at 215-839-985 if you want to leave any thoughts. So, get to the voicemail line. We got Sean. Sean, go off on this team, please. Please, for the love of God, go off on this team.
And this officially marks the end of the Eagles season. From this point forward, I don't really care what they do, Amadeo. Nothing is more embarrassing in a driving rainstorm than watching Drew Lock march his team 80 yards down the field, throw prayers up in the air that DK Metcalf catches between 2 defenders, and watching Drew Lock laugh at you, mock you, as you lose yet again to Pete Carroll, who's running up the sidelines with more energy than your defense shows in the second half. This is not a Sean Desai problem. It's not even a Brian Johnson problem. This is a team problem. To me, this is a personnel problem, and that starts with Howie Roseman. You got a shitty coaching staff which has no clue how to run proper clock management on offense. And on defense, what are you going to do? I mean, these are the players you got. This is what you got to utilize, and they just don't have the talent. Have a good off season. Thanks for wasting our time for the last 13 to 14 weeks. Let's go Flyers.
Are the Flyers really the only hope left in the city now, Sean? Is that what it's come to? Oh man, I firmly believe with you on that point. The Flyers definitely are the only hope left in the city. I got nothing. There's too much talent on this offense for this offense to be this bad. I'm sorry. There's too much talent for it to be this bad. That's a coaching issue. And that's a coaching issue. Yes, Jalen Hurts looks bad. Jalen Hurts is back to his 2021 form. You don't fix this. There's no salvaging this. You're making the playoffs, yeah. You're not getting the bye week. That's just not going to happen. That's already out of the question. The only way you were going to get the bye week is if you won out and San Fran lost the game. Well, San Fran clinched the number 1 seed automatically. I would assume after this game. So, yeah, that's never going to happen. What else? Yeah, you still have a shot to win the division, I would assume. You would have to win out, and Dallas would have to lose one of their next couple of games again. But who knows? Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if this team lost the division. I wouldn't be shocked if they lost the division with the way they're playing. I don't care that they're playing New York or Arizona. But the way this team is playing, they can lose to those teams. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if they lose to Tommy DeVito and Jonathan Gannon. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. Let's get to the chat here before we end it off and end this misery. Channel name, how you doing? Yep, tough scene. Yep, offense, terrible. Video starts with 30 seconds of silence. I'm not shocked. I had nothing to say, man. I had nothing to say. I still can't believe the Eagles lost to the Seahawks. Unbelievable. Yep. Are the Eagles... No, Parker. The Eagles already clinched the playoff spot last night with the Dallas loss to Buffalo. That's how they clinched their playoff spot. The Eagles are going to the playoffs. They're not going to do anything in the playoffs. They're not. They're not doing anything in the playoffs. It's not going to happen. Hey, Renee, how you doing? Play call. Yep, terrible. Don't like how the Eagles are playing. Eagles did not put a good... Yep, exactly, Sharon. Am I overreacting if I say clean house? I wouldn't say it after this week. You're overreacting, no. I wouldn't say it. Oh, yeah, the Eagles are still in it. Of course, they're going to be in it, yeah. I don't care what they do, though. I don't care what they do. You completely lost the title of Super Bowl contender after these past 3 weeks. In my honest opinion. You lost that title of Super Bowl contender. Matt Patricia, yeah. Defense was fine today, besides 2 drives. But, of course, that one of those drives was the ensuing 92-yard game-winning drive by Drew Lock. And yeah, the offense was the bigger issue in this game. But you shouldn't be allowing Drew Lock to go 92 yards down the field throwing prayers. Just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents in that faction. I might be stupid, but yeah, Patricia's defense wasn't terrible. The offense was the bigger issue tonight. Having that opening play drive with how fluent it looked, for it to not look like that the rest of the game, besides maybe one more drive, that's an issue. You should have completely mollywopped this team. And this team is completely broken. Nope, no excuses. No excuses that Hurts was sick. No excuses. If you're playing the game, you're good enough to play. That's what I say. If you're sick or not, you got to make those plays. And Jalen did not make the plays today. The Italian stallion is coming through. I wouldn't be shocked if we lost to the Giants. I honestly wouldn't be shocked. I got a theory. Jalen can't stand Nick and took his own jet. He wasn't sick. No. I'll take some crazy theories, team, and that's definitely not true. That is definitely not true. Melvin, I'm assuming is a Seahawks fan, loves Pete Carroll. Let him go off. He deserves to. I don't know. I don't know either, Philly G. I don't know either. I just don't know. And now I don't think Jalen's going to be like this for the rest of his career now. I don't think that. I don't think it's going to become a full Carson Wentz. I feel like Jalen Hurts is too wired mentally to let it become that for the rest of his career. But he's completely in a place we've never seen him before, basically. With how frustrated he is, just how out of touch he is. We haven't seen that from Jalen in a while. Basically going back to that 2021 season. Excuse me, I got the fucking hiccups. That's what this fucking team does to me. It gives me the fucking hiccups. There's no explanation to it. There really just isn't. It's just, this team is not as good as we thought they were. This is from John Clark. James Bradbury says he was playing in the sticks on the touchdown and they were playing man coverage. He was not expecting help. I think I was a little too aggressive and that's why he was able to run by me. I'm assuming that's on the final touchdown drive by Seattle. Yeah, I firmly do not believe that. Here we go. This is from Derek Gunn. I am convinced it's not coordinators, it's player personnel. Spot on. Let's see. Anything else here on Twitter? I don't think so. Do not think so. I firmly believe this is Nick Sirianni calling all the plays. I just firmly believe that. I got nothing anymore, though. I don't. So, I think that's where I'm going to end it here, boys. I appreciate you all joining here on the misery. That's what it is. I'm just completely lost in tracking thought here. But I appreciate you guys for joining here. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. Don't forget to use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Great deal. Don't pass it up. We'll probably have more streams this week talking about this. I'm trying to think of what else is going on this week. Flyers play tomorrow. Wednesday, we could probably talk about this again. Most likely. So, Flyers recap tomorrow. Wednesday, we'll probably have another discussion about this game. Thursday's Flyers. Friday's Flyers. And then, I guess, eventually leading up to Christmas Day recap, or whatever that's going to be. But, we'll figure that out when it gets there. But, once again, appreciate you guys for joining tonight. I'll see you next time.